Hey everyone, it's James.
And Stephanie.
And we're coming to you from inside the shower of the Leisure Travel Van's Wonder front twin... No?
No, we're not doing this. This is
on.
stupid. Come on.
It's a big shower! Hey everyone, it's James.
And a very relaxed Stephanie.
Yes, we made the mistake of sitting here first, and we are coming to you from the very comfortable twin beds of the new Leisure Travel Van's Wonder FTB.
Front twin bed.
And these are they, and
Ta-da!
they are fabulous.
But we want to show you this whole thing inside and out. So you get ready to get to it?
I think so. All right, let's get going.
All right, so the first thing we've got to talk about is this Ford Transit turbo diesel engine.
You seem kind of excited about that.
Well, yeah, it's got 350 foot-pounds of torque. What's not to be excited about?
You've been reading way too many spec sheets. Anyway, they do specify this cab. It comes with that little camera there, that box. That's a lane keeping assist camera.
Yeah, that's a nice safety feature.
Exactly.
The big awning. I really like how those lights can be seen even when the awning is in.
Yeah, sometimes I put lights on an awning, but you can't see them when the awning's in. So those lights are actually useful even when you don't have the awning out. Yep. Speaking of awning, these are awning-style windows, and there you are.
Yep.
Awning them out.
I like how they crank. You can use them in the rain. It's nice.
So now, here's the first of the many exterior storage compartments, and there's one of these on each side because of the twin beds inside.
Okay.
But they do not appear to be accessible from the inside.
Oh, and they had a nice hinge that they stayed up nicely. What was that?
It's a gas strut over there on the left side. But here I'm showing you the switch for the awning lights and the awning, I think those are the lights. Yes, there we go.
All right.
I'm like a kid with a switch. It's kind of fascinating.
So that's how the awning comes out as well. That
Right.
switch right there. Okay.
Right. And again, the strut so you don't whack your head on it because you will be getting in that cabinet. All right, so now here are some exterior storage compartments, and they do their typical nice job with these. They're galvanized and carpeted. Pretty good size. It's very dark, tough to see.
Yeah, it's hard to get a feel for how big it was. Very spacious in there.
This one is not storage. There are the batteries, 2 AGM batteries there.
Okay.
And a 1,000-watt inverter.
All right, very good.
Now, that inverter is going to run primarily inside the TV, but there should be an outlet or two in there, and we'll see that inside.
All right, right on.
All right, closing those up and moving a little further back. This is not technically a Class B. This is a Class C.
Yes, and one of the differences between the two is the type of door. On a Class B van, you're going to have a sliding door and you're going to have a sliding screen. And this is just so much nicer and easier having an actual door. It opens easier. It's quieter. You don't have to slam it like you do on a Class B van. So it's nice to see a door.
I wouldn't wake you up if I got up early in the morning and opened the door and slammed it like I would with the van door.
Right.
Okay, so this is a Truma AquaGo. This is an instant and on-demand water heater.
Very good.
We've got lots of videos on the Truma. Check out our other videos if you'd like to know more about them.
Yep, we like the company, like the product.
Now that is a Suburban furnace right there. That's going to run on propane, as does the Truma AquaGo.
Very good.
There's some outlets there, and I think the next thing I'm going to show you, we've heard these are standard now. These shiny aluminum dually wheels.
Yep, they look pretty sweet, don't they?
Indeed they do.
Yeah.
There's another storage compartment back here, but I was hampered by foliage in visiting the storage compartment. But when I got it removed, it actually wasn't storage. It's the generator. That is a 3,600-watt generator, so a full 30 amps.
Okay, very good.
Yep. And that's it on that side. Now on the back, there's no window, so they've got a backup camera up there.
Okay, right on.
Now, underneath here, there's a trailer hitch and a 7-pin wiring harness. But one thing I thought was really interesting on the back here is, I don't know if you see that. I'm about to touch it, I think, right there. There's one on each side.
Uh-huh.
Those are like skids, so that if you go over a bump, you don't scrape up the back end of your motorhome. They're like little skids.
All right, so it's kind of a safety feature or protective feature.
Protective feature, I guess, to protect the backside of your motorhome.
Oh, that's a nice touch.
Yeah. Now, also, that's the exhaust for the generator.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And we're going to pan up.
Slowly.
Because there's no window there. I don't like it when they put the exhaust from the generator underneath the window.
Yes, so good. Good. Thumbs up on that one.
Yeah, so now this ladder doesn't go all the way down to the ground.
Yeah. Well, but that's good because, well, attractive nuisances. You got teenagers next to you at the RV park. They're not going to be able to climb up your
So you get the extra part of the ladder there that's stored in a one of the exterior storage compartments.
Looks like it went on super easy, so no problem there.
Now, up top on the roof, there's a very big skylight up front and a TV antenna. And then there's optional, a Winegard Wi-Fi booster and count 'em, four solar panels.
So that's
up
400 watts of solar. That's optional, and I know they have a 200 watt package as well.
That's correct. There's another, there's a fan up in front of the air conditioner. There's the Dometic Penguin 13.5. Another fan back there in the bathroom, and another skylight.
Yeah, and that's in the shower, and we'll see that inside.
Yeah, well, I think we already saw it in the intro.
Oh, did we?
And over here, we just have a plumbing vent. So that's, and now I'm taking kind of a look around the RV show, because it was kind of nice to be up and see the tops of so many rigs.
Oh, what is this? Who is that guy?
Hark, he's just the same in real life as he is in his videos.
All right, that was Dean from Leisure Travel Vans.
Okay, moving down to the driver's side of the vehicle. And we're going to start with the service center on the left rear.
Okay. One of the things I liked right off the bat was the light inside. So we roll into RV parks late at night, and look at that. You'd be able to hook up no problem.
In the dark, if that's your thing. Now, what I'm showing there is a macerator pump. That's optional. And there it is. There's a switch for it. I think we're going to move around and show the switches over there. That one on the bottom is a switch for the macerator, and there's a switch for the water pump. That is a black tank flush, but there's a blowout plug on there. You'll need a blowout plug to winterize, although I wouldn't use the same one for the black tank as your freshwater. Speaking of freshwater, there's the freshwater fill and an exterior shower connection and a little switch to say whether you want to fill or run on city water, and a winterization valve.
Okay.
And there's some low point drains around there too. And look, the shower head stores there.
So, very nice.
Yeah. So that's service center. Right. Pretty standard stuff. Now, the next thing you're going to see, these are big vents, which means there's an absorption refrigerator in there.
Okay.
Now, that's not our favorite kind of refrigeration.
Right.
But we've got plenty of storage to make up for it.
And a lot of people do like those propane fridges.
So big storage compartment here that you can actually climb into. A bunch of organized OB accessories, and that's where I got that ladder
and
from.
A light in there, and yes, the ladder storage too. Very nice.
All right, so a lot of exterior storage there. Now, the next thing, a 30-amp shore power connection. Next thing I'm going to show here is this propane tank.
Oh, yeah, that was big. You were impressed with the size of this thing.
I am, because it's big. You can use a lot of propane. And it's right on the exterior, so there's not a solenoid that you need to keep it open. So it doesn't require any electricity to keep your propane on.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of a good thing.
Yeah, that is a good thing.
So now I mentioned that there was another compartment under the other bed on this side, and indeed there is.
There it is.
But you wouldn't put bodies in there because it's right under the bed. You would, if you were transporting bodies, you would put them in this compartment.
That would be the body storage.
That's where you put bodies. And that's kind of a thing for us now.
Yeah,
so
I don't know
put
where
bodies
this
in
body
every
storage
RV.
thing has come from, but...
But anyway, you could cram a body in there. You know, it might not be comfortable, but if they're a body, maybe it doesn't matter. And there's a regular sewer hose storage right there.
Okay.
So if you like to not use the macerator, they got you covered.
Right, and the macerator was just optional anyway.
Right.
Right.
All right, moving a little bit forward, more foliage, but there are the fills for the diesel and DEF.
Okay.
And they lock up when you close the door. So that's the driver's side.
All right, so now we're getting to the good stuff and we're going in.
Well, we're getting to the more attractive stuff anyway because you're on camera.
Did you just buy a tool or something?
No, not at all. I just think you're pretty. Mm-hmm. All right. Anyway, also, the Wonder is pretty when you walk inside. It's very spacious feeling.
It is a very pretty RV. I do like that spacious feeling. The windows all across. It's very open and bright.
Speaking of open, when you go towards the back, you see how wide it is there in the galley? You could actually get two people to pass each other in that galley area.
Yeah, and that's a big deal, especially in these compact Class Cs, that you have room to move about. It's nice.
Yep. So now I'm going up front to show you some things in the cab, and it's a Ford Transit cab, so, No surprises there. But there are switches that look like missile launcher switches. I couldn't resist. I don't know what they did, but in my mind, I was launching missiles.
Nice. Very nice.
There's the Ford Sync, which you've got there. I think Apple CarPlay came on this. Lots of ginormous cup holders because it is a Ford.
And there was, let's see, there was a bunch of plugins too.
Yeah, there are a lot of 12-volt outlets that I'm showing there. And on steering wheel, audio control. So you have to take your hands off the wheel to change the channel.
Okay.
So that was all really cool, I thought. They didn't leave us the keys, but the rear view camera shows up there in the rear view mirror.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some in-cab storage up there.
Yeah, lots of in-cab. I think you could get a lot of stuff up there.
You
It's
could.
really
You'd
nice.
have to be careful it didn't fall out while you were driving. So now in the Transit, only the passenger seat rotates, and that one is rotated right now. The driver's seat does not.
Right, and that's been a design limitation in a lot of these Ford Transit RVs.
Yeah.
Since you can't get back
It
easily.
just seemed to kind of pick my leg up to get over there.
Right.
Kind of tough to get out. But I kind of like this. What Leisure did here is they just, you know what, we're not going to try to include that in living space. We're just going to close it off.
Yeah, that is very good.
It actually will save you energy, too, when you say, I'm trying to get out there. It'll save you energy, though, because you keep all that area not heated. All
So
right.
more storage up above there.
Indeed. And that was padded, by the way. So if you do hit your head getting out of there, it's not going to be that painful. All right. So now we're showing some more of the storage. There's a lot of storage in this
There
van.
is, and those latches you saw, they were those hidden European latches. I like those.
You can't see them, I guess. So
Real clean, modern look.
Indeed it is. Now, this is kind of interesting. They're soft close.
Oh, yeah, there's kind of a trick to the cabinet. See, it doesn't close. It's not latched. Now it's latched. You got to push it to get it to lock into place.
So maybe like when you're in camp, you would just let it close.
Yeah.
When we hit the road, you just make sure they're latched. Now, on each side of the bed, there's a little center like this. There is a dimmer switch for the LED lights.
Yep, that's
some
very nice.
USB outlets.
And 110 inverted plugs.
Right, so that can be inverted, so it can run even if you're not plugged in
Right.
at night.
Off the inverter.
Right, and there's another one on the other side. Same kind of deal. All right, now over here we have more storage, and then the entertainment stuff is over here. There's a Blu-ray player, the interior part of the Wi-Fi booster was all in there.
Okay.
All right, now the beds, kind of a multifunctional space
Right.
here.
Yeah, it is. The mattresses were very beefy and comfortable. I liked
I
that.
thought there was a full innerspring mattress they had there.
Yes, yep.
All right, so now I'm showing the TV. That's actually a Bose sound bar.
Yeah, isn't that nice? A built-in soundbar.
It's going to sound really good. And the TV is on this kind of very articulated swivel, so you can watch it. I don't want to say you could watch it from the bathroom, but you probably could. You could watch it in the rear view mirror while you were driving. Not recommended. But it's you can point it pretty much anywhere.
Right.
Okay. So now you're going into sleep mode, I guess, there on your
Yes.
twin bed. And you're 5'2", and
I'm 5'6", and by the way, I am wearing biker shorts, my signature biker shorts under that skirt. I love wearing skirts, but I always have biker shorts on.
well, because you're always climbing around.
I know,
RVs.
that's why I'm always wearing them.
So now look at this. This lots of storage under the bed.
Yes.
It's a pretty cavernous compartment, and it latches when you I'm not holding it there. You see, it just kind of latches up.
You could get so much in there. I would love to have that kind of storage in our van. That's
you
incredible.
get all your bedding in there, and notice it doesn't connect through to the outside. So there's that little wall kind of keeping the interior and
And
exterior.
ta-da! Same thing under the other bed. The exact same amount of storage. Isn't that incredible?
Indeed, it is. So there's lots of storage there. And now there's another trick to these beds. They actually combine into one.
Oh, yeah, but you probably shouldn't be in the middle of it when you're trying to combine them into. There you go. You got
There
out
you
of
go.
the way.
Now we got one big bed.
Right. It's actually about a full-size bed when the two are pulled together. And yeah, there is some space on either side of the mattresses there. You could just use those two big cushions and shove them down there.
And you wouldn't fall out of the bed.
yeah,
I guess.
that would be a good thing.
Yeah. So there you go. Pretty big, pretty comfy. Now for the table, because, this is also your dining area, so
Yeah.
you're going to need a table.
Now, this is clever and interesting. I really like this table. They did a great job on this.
I like that they're kind of really thinking out of the box with it. So
Definitely.
there's nothing to store, like a pole or anything to store and put anywhere with this table.
Yeah, it just swivels out, and there you have it. Just like that. Super easy. It's got little cup holders there.
Yep. And now that top actually swivels on top of the thing that it swiveled out on. So like it's going kind of long way. Oh, here's something I thought was clever. You can actually take this and move it around toward the kitchen.
Yeah, you can put all your food right there on it and then turn it back when it's dinner time.
Like a big giant lazy Susan there.
Yeah, it is.
So but that's a nifty way to get some extra prep space or counter space when you're working in the kitchen. Is you can just swing that table around so that you can get it.
Yeah,
and it folds up and swivels around. But there is kind of a little trick.
Yeah, it took us a few tries to figure this out. Let's see, did we get it this time? No.
No, that did not. That does not work.
But I'm sure you learn. This was our first time playing with the table, and this time, yay, you got it.
So there we go. So that's storing the kitchen table.
All right, so you got to see this. This cabinet is amazing. Look at how far back it goes.
This
Look
is
at
your
that.
interior body storage.
It's a huge wardrobe. Think of the clothes you could bring in there.
Yeah, you could bring a whole bunch of suits because there is a bar in there. There's a seat for the bodies that you're going to keep in there.
But really, this doesn't do it justice. That thing was deep, and that is a very big cabinet.
It really is. Now, that's right above the table, which we've already showed you. So
there's the table.
And then down below that, there's, believe it or not, more storage. That's electrical service center, so fuses and circuit breakers. But then this is yet more storage. And this goes way back. I think we get a shot of that.
Look my first thought was shoes. Think of all the shoes you could bring. Could
I bring shoes?
Maybe I'll make some room for you.
Okay, but look at this. Now, this I think is nice. We got the little floor lighting there. See?
Yes.
Down by the
Yep, that underlighting. It gives a nice feel in there.
Very nice touch. Mm-hmm. All right, moving a little further back, so there's more storage. And I guess this would be kind of your pantry, maybe? Or more
so
clothes?
Those cabinets to the left are deeper, and they kind of wrap around the back of those shallow shelves you see right there.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Right, convection microwave. This is a pretty deep one.
Yep, very nice.
Yep, stainless steel interior, easy to keep clean.
Yep, below that, the fridge and freezer.
Yep, now this is an absorption refrigerator, so it will take propane to run, so you're going to need to keep that in mind. You know, you will need propane in order to keep things cold.
Yep.
But it's pretty good size.
Yeah, and it's nice that they're separate, the different doors for both.
Right, it doesn't have just that little other compartment.
Right,
in
we're
there.
van people, so we're used to the smaller appliances.
Now look at how wide that countertop is right there.
Yeah, that's very interesting. It came with that nice sink topper and also storage for it. But honestly, I think if we own this, we'd probably just leave that at home. And not
I think you can use it as
think?
a cutting board, I think is kind of the intention. But
yeah, okay.
I just like the big sink being there for
I think
us.
that sink is beautiful. Look at that.
It's very deep, very big.
And stylish. I like
and there's
the
a
look
nice
of it.
backsplash. And that outlet is inverted. So as deep as that countertop is, I'm thinking coffee maker.
Ooh, coffee maker. Wonderful idea.
So there we go. Now, this is throughout this rig. There's some of this sort of modular, I don't want to say IKEA, but...
Right, some sort of hook type thing. And you can move those hooks somehow. I couldn't figure out how to move them, but...
Right. 2-burner propane cooktop right there.
Okay.
And that's on the slightly less massively deep part of the counter.
Yep.
And now we have some upper storage. Again, the same kind of hidden latches on the cabinet, but
yeah.
plenty. And that is a solar charge controller. We had 400 watts on top of this. You might think that's a weird place, but you really don't do much with that solar charge controller. It's kind of just informational.
Okay.
So it's okay.
So it's not something you're accessing every day.
No, it's not like a pump switch.
Me and some blinds. You had to put this in. Do I actually get them okay?
There you go. You got them down.
No, I didn't really get them.
But they have those tabs to keep them from flapping about.
Right, which is nice.
All right. Big drawer here for silverware, and I guess that would be the junk drawer that everybody seems to...
Yeah, and these were not soft close, but they latch really tightly, so you're not going to have any trouble with it flying open as you take a corner when you're driving along.
That's true, but there's not a soft closing. It's
right, they aren't
push them and
soft
they
close.
close.
Yeah, push them hard.
All right, so a trash can. They've made space for a trash can under there.
I love that when I see RVs designed with a place for the trash can.
Yeah, but now there is a bunch of mechanical stuff in here. Right there, that's the back of the Truma AquaGo. Mm-hmm. And there's some plumbing and a pressure regulator for the Truma AquaGo.
Okay.
And there's the Suburban furnace, and off to the left is the water pump. And I guess my point in pointing all that out is that there's not going to be a lot of actual storage space for you under there because you may need to get to these things on occasion.
Okay.
Oh, and there's a waterless trap.
And why do you like those so much?
Because, well, it's waterless, so it's one less thing to worry about winterizing. There won't be water left in it that might freeze.
All right, so it's a good thing.
Yeah. So now here we are going into the bathroom, and there's plenty of storage back there as well. So that's like a little vanity cabinet.
Yeah, I
there.
liked how there were separate shelves, so it would organize stuff better.
Yep. There's the toilet, and there's another little cubby there for storing more stuff.
And it has a lip, so things won't fall off like that.
Yep. Towel hooks and the switch. A nice big mirror.
Yeah, it is.
It's
you can
almost
see two
like
Stefs.
Yeah, it's almost like you could put a double.
Fingerprinted it.
Oh. All right, so here's more of that modular storage stuff on a track that runs the whole length of it, and there's the little thumb screw that you would loosen to kind of move
and I
those
guess
about.
I guess you can move those wherever you wanted. It's kind of interesting.
It's a pretty stylish sink, but it doesn't go all the way to the ground. There is more storage underneath the sink.
Yep,
you can
very
see there.
nice.
And I can see a little bit of a waterless trap right there under the sink.
Ah.
So waterless trap there as well.
Right, and I think the pump was on the side that I was just looking
pump
at
switch.
too. Pump switch, yeah.
All right, so now here I am in the shower, seeing if that floor flexes, and it did not. You saw I was shaking the entire rig before I was getting that to flex.
Plenty of headroom up there. Look at that.
Yep. And nice appointments in the shower, plenty of storage for someone's toiletries, vanity, hair products, etc.
I approve. Yes. Yep.
All right. Now, they did have one of these doors on there. I like these.
Yeah, I do too.
It's like a film door that kind of squeegees itself off when you close it, so you don't have to worry about drying that off.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it. So this is a pocket door, and that thing you just saw me hit with my foot, that's a latch that latches the door when it is when you are in motion.
All right, so we mentioned this before, but what James is showing now is how wide that area by the galley is.
It really is. You won't need to be like a gymnast to get around inside this unit.
Right. Even the entry is very wide and spacious.
Yep. So now I'm going through the stuff on the roof. That is the air distribution box for the Dometic, but there are no controls on it. It is actually controlled with that thermostat there on the wall.
Okay, very good.
Here's a fantastic fan, sort of a midship. You can open it manually, which I'm doing there.
And I believe there's going to be 2 of those fans up there.
There'll be another one in the back. This is the massive skylight up front. Mm-hmm. If you need to exhaust a lot of air in a hurry, that'll surely do it.
Oh, yes, that'd be nice.
And you could, cover it up completely, or you got a bug screen there. So there you go. And I think, there we go. That's the other fan back in the bathroom area. All right, some control panels in here. What we've got is sea level tank monitors. We really like these.
That's familiar. We have that in our van.
Right. Very accurate sonar based, no probes. The generator controls, and then the controls for the inverter, which I believe at that time was actually charging the batteries because we were plugged in. All right. This I thought was just kind of snazzy.
Isn't that a nice touch? A little light by the handle. I like that.
I like this. That is, instead of having a relay to shut off the batteries, that is a big, solid, positive, marine quality mechanical switch. So there's no relay to go bad. That's just bam, your battery is off. I really like that.
All right, this is our test. This is if you were driving along, not that we recommend this, can you get up from the passenger seat and get to the bathroom? And it was a little tricky. You can, but you saw how if you can get out of the cab, you saw how I kind of fumbled a little bit, but there's definitely room back to the bathroom.
And there you go. Now, we don't recommend that people do that, but if you had to, you could. All right, here I go underneath. Close up here of those skids that we mentioned in the earlier bit on either side of what I believe is the gray tank there. Now, Leisure Travel Vans foams their tanks. That's the gray tank there. It's got like a spray foam on it.
And what does that do?
It keeps the tank protected a little bit insulated, and they do the wheel wells too, so it actually makes it a little quieter going down the road.
Okay.
That's the black tank right above me there, and the fresh tank a little further down. We'll get another shot of it there in a minute.
So then that must be the gray tank right here.
That one is the gray one, yeah. And that green thing is the sea level monitor that we're showing on there.
So that lets you know how much is in there.
Right. Now that's the freshwater tank. It is outside, which means that this rig is not going to be suitable for wintertime camping.
Oh, that's too bad.
Your freshwater tank could potentially be out there in the weather. Okay. Although it is, I noticed, right next to the exhaust pipe, so maybe
maybe that would help.
Keep it warm. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's the underside of the generator. This is very interesting to me. See, that squiggly thing looks like the Michelin Man. That's a bump stop, and it is not bottomed out. That means you've got cargo capacity remaining in this vehicle.
Okay.
That is a propane manifold rather than a spaghetti nest of propane pipes running hither and yon. They've got them all in a single manifold. And this is what I meant. You got 1,890 pounds of cargo capacity.
Ah, very nice.
A lot of times in these small seas, they can get short on cargo capacity. So you don't have that problem with the Wonder.
All right, so that wraps up our tour of the Wonder FTB.
Yep. Now, if you're looking for a compact, non-slide motorhome that's a little bigger than a Class B, this would be a solid choice.
Now, there's going to be an associated article over on our website, and you can see the link in the description below. And so that's where we encourage comments and discussion over there.
All right, and that's going to do it. This is James.
And Stephanie, and thanks for watching.
See you later. Bye.